You want to know the main reason why small businesses fail? It's because of the customers. And just for some context, I've had a small business for 3 years now. I actually sell rings. And when I tell you you have to deal with some of the worst people on the planet, let me just show you some of the reviews I've gotten over the years. My fiance loves his ring. I asked the seller for some customization and he delivered beautifully. And so far so good. What do you think is gonna go wrong? Excellent customer service, an awesome product. And then they gave me 4 stars? What? Like, how does that make sense? Or this one, good quality, item met my expectations, and then another 4 stars. So if it met his expectations, then why did he give me 4 out of 5 stars? And it's more than just me who's had to deal with these people. This review says, it would be 5 stars, but I lost it. It's hard to rate a brush that I can't find. Maybe my daughter took it. Either way, I'm not happy with how easy it was to lose. And they got a 1 star for that. Today I wanted to talk about Small Business Memes, which is an Instagram account that I've been following for a while now that compiles some of these reviews. And I would say I'm qualified to talk about this just because, like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years and I've had to deal with so much annoying people. Small businesses send them crazy reviews that they've gotten, and today we're going to take a look at some of them. Their bio says, celebrating that small business life 4 stars at a time. DM me your funny / bizarre / worst interactions and we might share. The reviews we're going to be looking at, I organized them into a couple different categories for you guys. So I'll walk you through the process from when a customer orders to when the person ships it out. And the categories are going to be where somewhere along this process something goes wrong and all the different ways the customer somehow finds a way to blame the small business on it. So let's start off in the beginning. So the first step of ordering is obviously looking at what you're going to order. You expect a normal person to at least read the listing, read the title at the very minimum, right? But you're already wrong. Let's just look at this review and see what it says. Unfortunately, very short. More like a crop top. And what did they order? Women's long sleeve tie-dye crop top. So they got mad, they bought a crop top and it was too crop? You could kind of tell by the picture too that it looks crop in the picture. And also it just says it in the title. And when you deal with people like this, like, what are you supposed to say? There's no real way to like win this situation. You're dealing with the Karenest of Karens. Like, there's no winning. There's no convincing them like, oh, can you change the review? Like, it was a crop top and you got the crop top because you ordered the crop top.
So you just gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday party on my birthday with a birthday gift?
Happy birthday?
And I did want to talk about how important reviews are, especially on Etsy, where they have the whole star seller program, which means that if you get bad reviews, you're kicked out of the program, which people could see, thus makes you look like you're a bad shop. So what the star seller program is, basically Etsy makes you jump through a bunch of hoops to qualify for their little program. The idea is if a buyer looks and sees that you're in the star seller program, basically you're more reliable, you have good reviews, they're more incentivized to order from you. They have Etsy's seal of approval. It's based on data that they collect from the last 3 months. And the first one is your message response rate. So what that means is you have to reply within 24 hours, 95% of the time, to the first message someone sends you. So if 20 new customers message you, if you reply to only 18 of them within 24 hours, you get kicked out of the star seller program. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what day is it, you don't get to take weekends, you don't get to take vacations, you have to reply to them, or you risk getting kicked out of the program, which is extremely fucked actually. This is actually how I lost my badge a couple months ago. I got 10 new customers message me and I replied to 9 of them, and I remember looking at my phone, I was like, oh, all right, when I get home I'll respond. I'm out with friends right now, I'm not going to respond to them. And that's how I managed to lose a badge. And I had to wait 3 months to qualify again, even though I had all the other requirements. The second requirement is that you have to have a 4.8 stars out of 5, which I feel like they lowered from 4.9 that I remember back in the day when they just started out, but I could be wrong about it. And this is one of the main reasons why having any bad reviews, even a 4 out of 5 stars, lowers your average and you risk getting kicked out of the program. The next one is that you have to ship your orders on time. You basically could set your own processing time. So like, for example, a ring, I have it set as it could take 1 to 2 weeks. And if you don't send your orders on time, it'll also kick you out of the program. And the last 2 requirements are that you have to have at least 5 orders a month and you have to make at least $300 a month. And even if the program wasn't a thing, reviews still matter. I know when I buy something, I always check the reviews. And if even one person has something bad to say, I take a step back and I'm more careful about if I want to order it or not. And if a person is debating whether or not to buy something, a bad review will make them second guess, and there you go, you lost an order. So imagine a guy like this orders and doesn't even bother reading the first 2 words of the title. So they bought a box only vintage 1887 ribbons and roses Barbie, and they gave a 1-star review saying, this is my first time I noticed it said box only. Why would I buy a box? Dumbest thing I ever did. I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at me, but I don't recall seeing box only. Oh well, we shall just leave it at that. Which just, like, I don't want to waste my energy getting mad at this guy. He said, I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at me. But and then still gave him a 1-star review? So what? How is that their fault? And this type of review gets me so mad because it makes no sense. They even put it in the review. This was literally my mistake, but I'm blaming you on it. And he still gave him a 1-star review. But on to the next category of when they actually order something. So let's say they did read the title and read the description. And even when they get exactly what they ordered, and what's this? You got something extra? Some people do include little like stickers or something in addition to the thing that you ordered. A little free gift. And if that gift was tea, you better hope you didn't send it to this guy. Dear sir or madam, I really hate tea, especially herbal tea. Please don't be so wasteful sending things to people that they don't want, never ask for, and feel guilty binning because they hate waste. I actually am also somewhat offended that you think I might be the sort of person who drinks tea. I am not, and I very much dislike the implication that you think I am. I find it very rude. All this over some tea? What? And in the same vein of getting a free little gift with your order, let's take a look at this review. The crystal is lovely. However, what was sent as extra gift was really insulting. Sending someone opalite, which is a man-made glass, is really a slap in the face. I'm a graduate gemologist, and this was a really low blow. First of all, nobody asked. They're a professional gemologist. You're a professional crystal girly. That's what you're trying to say. Give them 4 out of 5 stars just because they included this extra gift that was glass. So this is actually the first time someone responded to the review. Said leaving a review like this because you didn't like the free gift is extremely childish and disrespectful. Despite being man-made, opalite is popular and loved by many. The free opalite tumble was randomly selected from a mixture of over 20 different minerals, most of which are natural. If you are worried about being offended by the free item, you are welcome to request that no gift is included in future orders. And there's actually a part 2 to this, because the reviewer responded back. And this is kind of the dream of a small business owner, actually responding to the bullshit that people review. They said, as a graduate gemologist, okay, you literally already said that. I knew that the extra gift was opalite as soon as I saw. Okay, so again, we didn't ask. It's pathetic for any business to disrespect a customer like that, and really bad to treat a professional scientist that way. And I like how they made sure to include, oh, I'm a scientist, you disrespected me. So I guess anybody could call themselves a scientist nowadays just because they learned a little science. The third step in this cycle of small business is when people decide to cancel their orders. If you didn't know, the Etsy seller app actually plays a small little ding when you get an order. And imagine you're celebrating getting an order when this person decides to cancel. Why? Please cancel my order. I have just become a Christian. And yes, this is a real message. I guess it's a legitimate reason to cancel an order. The seller has a shop where they sell witchy things like candles and different little witch mystery boxes. And this is where I found out there's a whole witch Christian rivalry on Etsy where Christian moms on Etsy actively avoid witch themed shops. Like this lady who said, I was not aware that this ring came from a shop that deals with witchery. I had 2 accidents after purchasing the ring. I have destroyed it and blessed my house again. I am a child of God and will not participate with this store again. This should be listed on your site before purchasing. And the seller responded to this one saying, so very sorry to hear about your experience. Unfortunately, my shop policies state that the ring cannot be destroyed by any craft that we here possess. It was made in the fires of Mount Doom. Only there it can be unmade. Hope this helps. And I like how the seller didn't really take it seriously. They were playing around with them in the response. But imagine being so delusional that you blame 2 separate accidents on a purchase you made on Etsy. At first, when I read accidents, I thought like car accidents or something. In a way, I kind of get it. Like having 2 back-to-back accidents, I mean, I'd blame some random thing I bought on Etsy too. But it could have been like restroom accidents or something. I don't know. And I like how one of the comments on the Instagram says it was a born-again cancellation. That's pretty funny. Born-again cancellation. That's pretty funny. So let's say they order the product and they didn't cancel. So now it's time to actually make the order. And actually, I didn't find any memes for this category, but I did want to talk about how people tend to order things and just immediately make it the seller's fault when they need it by a certain time or like a birthday or something. Well, some people like to use my rings as like wedding bands, which is actually kind of crazy. And I am honored in a way that people use my rings. But I've had it actually more than once where the wedding is like a month away and they finally order the ring. And to top it off, they don't even bother upgrading the shipping. I offer free shipping on all my rings. So after I do make it, it normally takes like 3 to 5 days to get there. But when your wedding is in a month, you don't even want to spend $10 to upgrade to priority shipping for your wedding ring. And sometimes I've took it upon myself to upgrade the shipping just because when or if they don't get the ring on time, they're gonna somehow blame me for it. So the money comes out of my pocket to upgrade your shipping. And that's actually even if it arrives, which brings us to the 5th step. If you have a small business where you ship things out, I know you have beef with USPS. And yes, that means I have beef with the United States Postal Service. This is the #1 thing that could go wrong in the whole process. And it's not even my fault. I don't even ship it myself. I give it to them and they deal with the rest. Like after that, it's not my problem anymore. anymore. And let me tell you, USPS loses so many things. And somehow the responsibility ends up on the seller. Like in this review, they said, "Hello, I recently purchased a matcha cup that was set to arrive on June 1st, but it arrived early and I was not aware. Last night, someone stole it off my front porch and I was wondering if I could get another cup or a refund." Which makes me so frustrated because somehow you losing the product after they sent it, they filled their obligation, it got stolen, and somehow the seller has to refund you for it, or they have to lose profits because they have to send another one because it either got stolen or it was never even delivered by USPS, which has never happened to me personally. I've never had one of my rings get stolen, but I've sent out so many that I feel like it's bound to happen one time. And then not them complaining that it got there early, as if the seller controls the shipping again. And the fact that it was stolen at 3 a.m. meaning it was probably sitting there all day, and somehow it's the seller's responsibility because they didn't check their mail. I don't want to say it, but like, I'm sorry you got robbed, but how is it my problem? And the worst part is that when this does happen, USPS hits you with a, "We delivered it, so it's not our problem either." So USPS is not going to take responsibility. The police aren't going to help either. And Etsy will do the most to not make it their problem either. So it just falls on the seller. They either have to send them another one or refund the whole thing. Or else the customer is going to get mad and give us a bad review when, again, we have no control over the shipping. Or I've had it where the tracking information just doesn't update and it just doesn't get delivered until like a month later. And the customer gets all worried that you're trying to scam them or something, when it's USPS not doing their job. And again, the buyer blames you for it somehow. This review says, "I'm sure the quality is amazing. However, I never received my package. The seller answered all of my questions and sent me a refund, and they gave him 1 star for that." If this happened to me, I don't know what I would do. They literally did everything right and they got a 1-star review for it. So at that point, if they're gonna give a bad review anyway, I'd at least want to keep the money. But let's go to the final category of when they finally get their product. So the customer got what they ordered and USPS didn't lose it. So let's say you did love it. You could give them a 5-star review, but where's the fun in that? And I just want to show you how many just dumb reviews I've gotten where they've gotten literally what they asked for and they've given me like a bad review for it. Stephanie gave me a 4-star review and it said, "Looks exactly like the picture, so why didn't you give me 5 stars?" Or Tristan gave me a 4-star again, said, "They look great. I haven't tried them yet, but they look great," and gave me a 4-star for that. Or when I got this 4-star review that said, "Lovely. I wish the pieces were slightly larger for ease of shaping. That is only because my hands are unsteady." And somehow that's my fault. He's old and has unsteady hands. And this review just hurts so bad because I relate to it. This person gave him a 1-star, said, "It's annoying that Etsy makes you review purchases. Why can't I ignore reviews if I wanted to?" And I get him. Sometimes Etsy is a little bit annoying about, "Oh, review the product, review the product." But giving them a 1-star for that, for something completely unrelated to the product, like that just hurts. That could happen to me. And let's say you did get the product, but then you lose it. What do? Buy another one? Or you could give them a bad review. He said, 1 star to 5, can't find it. It would be 5 stars, but I lost it. It's hard to rate a brush that I can't find. Maybe my daughter took it. Either way, I'm not happy with how easy it was to lose. So they're talking about a brush that they lost and they blamed the brush for being so losable, I guess. So first of all, how do you lose a big ass paddle brush? And also the daughter might have just stolen it, but somehow you blame the seller and give them a 1-star. And yes, this review is on Amazon, but some small businesses could actually sell on Amazon too, if you didn't know. I haven't actually tried it myself, but they do have Amazon Handmade, which is kind of like a Etsy competitor. I did want to say, for as many bad reviews that I've gotten so many good reviews that are so sweet and so nice. So I did want to take a look at some of those too. So like this person who ordered one of my most popular rings. Just received this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful ring. The blue in it sparkles so brilliantly. The craftsmanship of the ring itself is blowing my mind. If the owner were near me, I would scream loudly and shake him in disbelief so he knew how beautiful and happy this ring has made me. Like, that's so nice. Also, the customer service of this company surpasses that of Chick-fil-A. My messages were read at a timely manner and I received responses from him instantaneously. This ring is a masterpiece. Like, what? That's so nice. My customer service was better than Chick-fil-A. That's like the ultimate compliment. I think this is one of my like nicest reviews. Like she did not have to be so descriptive and like, what the heck? And also this one was really nice. This person actually bought 2 rings for their parents and said, "I got this as a gift for my mother and she loved it. Thank you for helping me bring some joy to my parents." That's so nice. Like, that's so sweet too. And I just have so many different examples of people leaving such nice reviews. So that's how I wanted to end the video. If there's one thing I could leave you with, is just be nice. It literally costs nothing. The vast majority of customers I've had have been super nice. And yeah, some people could be super annoying, but when you have reviews like this, come on, it's super worth it. So if you had the time, if you do order from small businesses, leave a review if you can. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And also thank you for watching. This is one of my first videos, so I mean, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments. I actually made 2 other ones, so you could take a look at those, and I'll see you in my next video.